There are over 50,000 YouTube videos teaching passive income. I watched hundreds of them, and I noticed something that once you see it, you can't unsee it. The people teaching you how to make $10,000 a month in passive income are making their money from teaching you how to make $10,000 a month in passive income. I looked into the most viral success stories, including a CNBC profile of a guy claiming $160,000 a month. Read the fine print, and you realize his money came from a coaching service, not the side hustles he was promoting. Not dropshipping, not vending machines. The passive income industry is the most successful passive income idea of all time, and you're the product. Think about it. They're running ads on videos teaching ad-free income, selling courses on how to escape the 9-to-5 while building their own digital empire that requires constant content creation. The business model only works if you never actually succeed, because the moment you do, you stop buying what they're selling. It's brilliantly cynical, and I almost fell for it too. Welcome to the Income Mission. I got tired of watching these videos and wondering which ones were real, so I did something none of them want you to do. I took the 7 most popular passive income ideas on YouTube, gave each one the exact same starting conditions, and ran the math. $5,000 in capital, 10 hours a week, 0 prior experience, 12 months, 1 question. Could a normal person actually hit $1,000 a month? And I need to be honest about why this felt personal. The median net worth for someone in their 30s right now is $23,000, not the $300,000 number you see quoted online. That's the average, dragged up by people who are already wealthy. We keep getting sold a fantasy by people who profit from selling it. Here's what happens when you actually test each idea. Dropshipping. YouTube says start with nothing, sell other people's products, make $10,000 a month. 80 to 90% of dropshipping stores fail in year 1. Most people burn through $1,500 to $2,000 in ad spend testing products before a single sale. Profit margins sit around 15 to 20%, meaning you need $5,000 to $7,000 in monthly revenue just to net $1,000. Even after you find a winning product, you're spending 8 to 13 hours a week on research, ads, customer service, and supplier issues. I ran the benchmark. 85% of people starting with $5,000 and 10 hours a week earn nothing in 12 months and quit. But the next idea might be even worse. Vending machines are one of the most aggressively promoted passive income ideas on YouTube right now. Buy a machine, place it, collect cash. 80% of solo vending businesses fail in 1 year. With $5,000, you can afford 1 or 2 used machines. After 12 months of constant restocking, location hunting, and repairs, realistic net income is $100 to $400 a month. To hit $1,000, you need 4 to 6 well-placed machines and $15,000 to $30,000 invested. Real operators spend 4 to 10 hours a week per route. That's a delivery job wearing a passive income costume. Now, affiliate marketing is where the results actually got interesting, because this one's not a lie. It is half-truth. 95% of beginners fail or quit in year 1. The top 10% of affiliates earn 90% of all revenue in the entire industry. Your first 6 months will probably bring $50 or less while you build content nobody sees yet. Months 7 through 12 might reach $100 to $500 if you're consistent and pick the high-value niche like finance or software. Roughly 5 to 10% of starters hit $1,000 a month within 12 months. And here's the part that they leave out. The moment you stop creating, traffic drops and income follows it down. It works, but calling it passive is generous. Print on demand follows a similar pattern, but with lower stakes. The old strategy of uploading 100 generic designs to Redbubble is dead. Amazon merch sellers report 30 to 40% lower earnings per design since 2023 compared to the peak. Sellers making $3,000 to $5,000 a month now are running this like a real business with professional designers and data-driven niche research. About 15 to 20% of consistent sellers hit $1,000 a month within year 1. Everyone else makes pocket change and quits. But here's the idea that surprised me the most. Dividend investing is the most honest thing on this entire list, and the math still crushed me. At a 4% yield, earning $1,000 a month requires $300,000 invested. With $5,000 at 4%, you earn $16.67 a month. That's not a typo. That's what honest passive income actually looks like at the starting line. If you invest $500 a month for 20 years at 10% annual returns, You build roughly $378,000 that finally pays about $1,200 a month. The system is completely real, it just takes 20 years. YouTube shows the destination and edits out the entire drive. Rental properties. With rates sitting at 6.5% to 7% right now, minimum entry to generate $1,000 a month in cash flow is a $40,000 to $60,000 down payment. $5,000 does not get you in the door. Even with capital, you're spending 5 to 10 hours a week on tenants, maintenance, and bookkeeping. Hire a property manager and 8 to 12% of your rent disappears. Real returns exist for people with serious capital and serious time. But passive? That's a marketing word, not a job description. Digital products and online courses. Year 1 with no audience realistically brings 0 to $500 a month. Even in year 2, maintenance requires roughly 300 hours annually. One creator tracked everything. 500 hours invested for 44,000 earned. It only flips when you outsource and scale in year 2 or 3. Now here's the part no one on YouTube will ever promote because there's no course to sell around it. A high-yield savings account. With current rates outpacing inflation, your money actually grows in real terms. You can't lose the principal. It takes 0 hours per week. It works on day 1 with any amount of money. It's not going to make you rich, but it's the only idea on this entire list where you literally cannot fail. And it buys you the single thing every other strategy on this list demands before it works: time. So after running the numbers on everything, here's what I actually believe. I spent 3 months building this analysis because I needed to know the truth for myself. What I found changed how I think about money entirely. Every idea on this list starts active. Every single one. Passive describes where you end up after years of work, not where you begin. The fastest realistic path to $1,000 a month right now is affiliate marketing in a high-value niche, but only with 12 to 18 months and 0 expectation of quick results. The smartest first move is parking your cash in a high-yield savings account while you build. And the only system that has consistently created wealth for millions of ordinary people across decades is the stock market through low-cost index funds. The biggest lie on YouTube is not any single idea I tested, it's the word passive. The people who actually built real income picked one thing, worked it like a job for 2 to 3 years, and then it became passive. That's it. That's the whole system. And nobody will make a course about it because there's nothing to sell. So the real question is not which passive income idea works. The question is whether you're willing to do the active work first, because that's where every single success story actually starts, even the ones that will never admit it. If you're ready to do the actual work, subscribe to the Income Mission, and I'll see you next time.